Morning folks, Massey Dave. It's Friday morning, hope. I do 3 videos a week. Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, whatever happens. I'll try and keep up the 3. If I miss one, that's because I haven't done much. Anyway, thank you for your comments and likes as always. Yes, glad to get that back on yesterday. That was hard work. So, yeah, we got a parcel packed up here, ready to go to Denmark for Peter Fons. Then we're going to start the day. We're going to get that bit fitted, which is the last bit of brake pipe on that one. Just goes in the front of the cab, just about there somewhere. And then we'll get some brake fluid in. And then I might have a go on that one and get the bonnet off. I'll think about that a lot later. But yes, I think we're going to chop the bits off of that end and the bottom of that end and fit on that one to make it right. Let's get on. Let's get this bit in. Because this is on 38-inch wheels, it's a lot higher up here. I don't want to put the steps on yet because they just get in the way for doing other bits. So I'm going to go crawl in here because we're in a lot of room to get in, right down in there to get that end screwed in. So hands and knees time, head down, ass up. Pipe's connected up. We'll get some fluid, bit of dot four, tipped into there. Just like that. Let's fill it up. And then we've got the task of bleeding the brakes. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I have seen it. I thought I'd try it. I've got an old one. So we'll slacken that bleed nipple off there. Like that. And we've got this. Now I've conjured a bit of pipe on there. We're going to stick that on that bleed nipple. Let's see if we can use this. Just suck it through. So that's on there. What's going to happen? Let's give it a pumpy, sucky. Might work, might not work, I don't know. We got rays of the water coming out of the gun. We'll soon find out if we get any fluid coming through there. Worth a try. If it doesn't work, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Might be a bit of pumping involved because it's got to fill all the pipe work up. We'll soon know if we start to get a bit of fluid coming through that bit of clear pipe there. After a bit of pumping later, we have got some fluid come through. How long that's going to last, I don't know. But there's definitely brake fluid coming out of that. Just see some bubbles go through, but I never did. Scroll myself out from under here. Let's go and have a look at the pot. Has it drawn it through? Well, I'd say it has. That's gone down quite a bit. Don't the same. We've hooked it on that one down there. Let's start pumping away. See if we can draw it through. It's probably going to take a little while, but I will let you know. I do believe we've got some fluid coming through. Look at that. Just a little bit of air in there, but it's coming through. Well, I never did. All I can say is bollocks. If you can see it, that pipe down there, which is the original one, must have a pinhole in it because it's leaking. Somewhere. Cock. So let's get after this thing. We've got to disconnect the fitting in the back of here. Good job, we've got some little dumpy spanners to get that one off in there. I said brake pipe, then we can get underneath and get the union undone in the bottom. and hopefully get this here pipe out of here. We've got some new down there ready to make a new one. Right, well, we've got said pipe extracted, so we need to make a new one of those. And it is just there. It's a little bit pitted, but it's, as you can see, leaking. Never mind, shit happens. So let's get after it. Let's chop these ends off of here and here and bend a new bit into place and flare it up to do the job. Plodding away, we've got flared end, bends done there and there and there and there and there. So we've just got the last bit there. Let's get the union on, the flare done, and then we can put the little crank bend in the end there. And then we can get it shoehorned back into that. Damn good kit that. Anyway, one new pipe made up. Let's go and fit it. Well, we are pumping away again. I don't know if you can see it, but we got, it's drawing it through. Look at that. It's actually still a little bit of air there. But that's working well. I'm going to lean in here. I'm going to push the brake pedal down and look down through the hole. Let's try and get it in shot. Is it going to work? The slave cylinder. Job to see, it's not focusing in, but that slave cylinder is moving down there. Try it that way. Oh, it's working. Right. Use the two big blocks under there, but obviously the bottom of those lugs have been cut off at some point in its life. My jacks weren't going high enough, so now we got the front axle up in the air. We can spin the wheels. That was a spanner. So we get under there and adjust the front brakes up now. I was here spinning it and I think it's locking up. Shouldn't do. I just realised my chain for the crane is caught around the tyre and locking it up. Stupid boy Pike. Get that out of the way, might have a better chance of getting it adjusted. One handbrake rod fitted in. And that's lock solid. It's off. We can turn the wheel. The handbrake's working. Right, that's the back brakes adjusted up. Now time to get this lot off the roof of here and out the way. Ready, because we need the crane. Oh, that one over there. Start the bonnet coming off of that. We can start getting this bare bonnet off, so we can move this engine to get new belts in there. So air filters, housings off. Try and get this pipe out the way in here from the other side, off the top of the turbo. These panels off, those bolts out, exhaust to disconnect, and then hopefully we can get the old, look at the state of my hands, get that lifted off and out the way so we can get to things. Most of it's stripped off that side. Exhaust and all that's off this side. We've got all the bolts out now. Disconnect the turbo pipe here because it fouls on the inside of that, trying to lift it. So it is loose, just need to get the thing off of here. I thought I could put some rope through the holes, but there's a whole dose of padding in the back of here. I'm trying to get a rope through that, and that, and that, and that. Now I can pick it up, but I've got to find some rope first. We've got it sussed. Some clamps, strops, so we can hopefully get it to go up. We're going to have to tease it out because the pipe's in the way still, but we'll get there, so bear with me. She's going up. She's going up. That come off. Bugger. Let's try again. See what happens this time. come here, come in here. Oh, emergency stop. Get on the floor, quick. Going down. Going down. Down, down, all the way down. Hoorah. One bonnet removed. Yes. Now we've got some daylight in here. We can have a closer look at these modifications for the air-operated clutch. So you've still got the original linkage there to operate everything as normal. But obviously when the clutch is operated by air, that pushes that up to allow it to work that way. And with the brakes, excuse me, another big cylinder up here, which is obviously connected through the bulkhead to the back of the linkage and the brake pedal. Yeah, then obviously these pipes here all been modified to go down to the Trimble auto steer mounted in there. But at least we can get in here now to get that undone, get that undone, that undone. That should be just enough out the way to slide past there. Once we've got those out, hopefully we've got enough room there just to move the engine forward enough to get in to replace those belts. But at least we can get the crane in there to take the weight of the engine to move it, because I don't really want to get in there with the bar and try and lever it and this. So just take the weight. Yeah, a lot of work, but sometimes you gotta go a bit further to get around things. Well, if you know what those bolts are, you know what I've done. We've got them out of that on that end. So let's make a start on bolting the other bits. We've got a couple of other pipes disconnected. Bear in mind, we only need to move it an inch. Well, we can only move it that much anyway, which is what, just over an inch, which will be hopefully just enough to get the belts in. So, stropped up, crane's on there. We're going to just take the weight of the engine. We're not going to go lifting it right up, but just taking the weight of it, so it's easier to try and move that way. You could say wishful thinking and hoping. Bugger again. Yes, the bolts down there come out easy enough. We haven't moved the engine that much, probably quarter of an inch-ish, but unfortunately the bushes are stuck in the pulley. We don't want to go moving it too far because we don't want to rip the centres out. So plan B, take that cover off, undo the bolts that hold the plate to the flywheel. Hopefully it'll come the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a wobbly end to get to a long bolt because he's buried. Yeah, it was right down in there. So he's out now. He's undone. We've got down to that. We want to get those 6 bolts out of that plate on the flywheel, and hopefully the plate will come out the flywheel rather than trying to get all the bushes out, because we don't want to bugger those up. We got there. The plate is out of the flywheel. So another, well, quarter of an inch. We got enough room to get belts swapped out, but we ain't moving any further forward than that. But at least we got a gap there. Can't really see it, but no, we can get some belts on and off. Cussing and swearing, filthy dirty again. Time for beer o'clock, because time is gone today. So let's go and scrub these up. And I don't know, folks, it's Saturday morning. The joys of I ain't going to do too much today. I'm just down here this morning. I want to get the belts slackened off and extracted out of that. So at least I've got a pattern to be sure we get the right ones to go in there. I know what they should be, but I just want to be double sure because something might be different in there. And also need to speak to the customer about other bits I've discovered in there. So let's get after it. We got them out. Not a lot of room, which doesn't help because behind that plate you've got a boss. Got the bolts for the shaft bolt into. So it's got to go be around that and in the recess of the flywheel. It won't move any further forward. Well, short of taking the radiator off. But right, well, this was the belt that was on here. He's measuring out, say 44.5 inches. You've got to add a bit on because of the size of the belt, so it's 44.5 on that one. This was the spare one that was on here, and he's, what's that? Well, yeah, a bit, 3/4 of an inch shorter. So obviously that one is stretched, unfitted, which is why there was a discrepancy with the, you know, one was saggy, one was not. But yeah, we'll take these and get some replacements sorted out, but probably won't be till next week now because it's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? I'm gonna let that do. No brake fluid leaks on this, thankfully, which is good job done. I'm gonna spend a bit of time catching up on some paperwork now. One of those jobs, you do work, you end up with a lot of paperwork, so I'm gonna let that do. No, thank you all for watching. Click the old like, subscribe, give us a share, drop me a comment, and I'll get back to you. Hope you enjoyed this one. So until Tuesday, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Catch you later.